This is how every Paragon changes with degrees. We'll start with the Apex Plasma Master. Born from fusing the 3 Tier 5 Dart Monkeys, it's a hooded sharpshooter manning a black and orange sci-fi ballista. Every shot fires 3 Plasma Ultra Juggernaut balls, each that's split into 6 smaller ones, and they can bounce off obstacles. The whole rig sits on 4 spider-leg supports that can swivel independently of the monkey up top, and there are red and blue tubes snaking from the back of its hood straight to the base. But every Paragon pumps up its looks every 20 degrees. At degree 20, the monkey's left fist starts glowing a vibrant pink-red. At 40, he gets 2 cyan bands that wrap around his hoodie. At 60, 4 deadly spikes sprout from the front of the ballista. And at degree 80, the hoodie gains 4 metal screws and he gets red and blue drawstrings next to his eyes. Next, we have the Glaive Dominus. Made by combining the 3 Tier 5 Boomerang Monkeys, it's a cloaked, tribal cybernetic warrior with a bionic arm that hurls ricocheting glaives and knockback boomerangs. A ring of 3 giant glaives orbits it at all times. The hood is stitched in deep magenta with tail frills along the cloak's edge, and the orbital blades, bionic eye, and arm all glow bright green at their cores, melding machine, tribal, and spiritual vibes from its 3 predecessors. At degree 20, the bionic eye disappears, leaving a single black eye with a lime green pupil, and the cyber arm's top plating swaps from gray to electric lime green. Degree 40 gives each frill in the cloak's tail a lime diamond. At 60, those same frills sprout silver spikes, and the arm's blades shift to the same bright green. And at degree 80, its right eye ignites in a lime flame. It gets 2 crystal spikes on its hood, and the bionic arm turns fully lime green, as if made of crystals. Moving on, we have the Crucible of Steel and Flame. Made from the 3 Tier 5 tack shooters, it tears into bloons with 4 fiery glaives spinning in a blazing maelstrom. Each flame blade sprays 6 scorching tacks in all directions when they expire, and this is our first Paragon with abilities. The first increases its range, pierce, and gives it a new flame attack, and the second launches a massive meteor for insane damage. There is also a monkey inside this bloon popping machine. He only shows himself during the Paragon forging animation, as once you're in the fight, he's just a shadowy skull in the heart of the furnace. He wears a cracked skull mask with white pupils glowing from within. On his wrists are spiked leather bracelets, and he has a black shirt, rugged brown pants, and a pair of sneakers. At degree 20, the base gets a bit wider and the spikes up top grow larger, now curving towards the sky. Degree 40 turns most of the Crucible gray, the flames up top blue, many arches get added to its base, leading to its core, and the foundation gets a bit wider again. Degree 60 adds some red to the design, and the spikes up top become larger and more curved, and degree 80 turns just about every spike red. Next up, the Nautic Siege Core. Born from fusing the 3 Tier 5 subs, it's a navy blue battleship bristling with firepower and a core full of liquid plutonium. A bold yellow border rims the top deck with a matching vertical stripe that wraps around the triple dart cannon. Flanking the deck are 2 twin missile launchers with white and blue lids. Beneath them, a blue hatch lifts to reveal the glowing plutonium chamber, and lower still, the sub's deep navy hull sits with transparent windows and dark blue fins. Up top, the captain stands decked out in a light blue shirt, a blue cape trimmed with beige fur, and a cap with a gleaming gold emblem. At degree 20, 2 gold fins appear behind the missile pods. Degree 40 adds a gold emblem in the middle front of the sub, and a gold trim to the captain's hat. At degree 60, more dark blue gets added to the design, like with the fins up top, and the triple guns now have the ends of their barrels wrapped in gold. And at degree 80, all the blue in the design becomes very dark. 2 more fins are added right next to the captain, and the missile launchers glow red. Next up, we have the Navarch of the Seas, made from combining the 3 Tier 5 Buccaneers. There's a burly pirate lord at the helm of a futuristic aircraft carrier and has 3 sci-fi fighter jets under its control. The Admiral sports a spiky brown beard, an eye patch, and a skull-bedazzled cap. The ship's hull is white and red with a central runway, it has twin helipads that you can place monkeys on, and green lights on the door that opens when the planes first fly out. At degree 20, the front of the launch bay and both side turrets get red armor plates. The helipad's wings and crow's nest gain extra struts each, and more lime green accents appear around the ship. At degree 40, the captain's cap, eye patch, and jacket skull pick up gold highlights, while the launch bay's white plates and helipad wings shift to red across the board. Degree 60 turns more of the runway gray, the crow's nest becomes more red, and even more gold is added to the captain's outfit. And for degree 80, the captain's jacket and cap turn pure white, the runway darkens and its path glows green, the crow's nest shines red with lime lighting, and 4 extra wings sprout out, 2 at the runway's front and 2 just behind the captain's platform. Onto the Goliath Doomship, the last military Paragon. Made from merging the 3 tier 5 planes, it's a massive dark red fortress of a bomber. It has black detailing, twin cockpits, each crowned with a giant yellow skylight, and it lumbers through the sky at half a monkey ace's speed, even though it has twin motors flanking each cockpit. At degree 20, the tips of the back wings turn black and the front wings get a black addition. Degree 40 makes the skylights on the cockpits much larger. Degree 60 adds 2 jet engines in the back, several yellow lights around the plane, and moves the 2 balloon paintings together to only have one in the middle. And degree 80 replaces the back strips on the front wings with large yellow windows, adds 2 more engines to the back of the plane, adds yellow stripes to each cockpit, and turns each pair of twin engines up front to much larger single ones. Next, we have the Magus Perfectus. Made by fusing the 3 tier 5 wizards, the Wizagon is a caped spellmaster who toggles between 2 modes, mana consumption and generation. When consuming, he burns mana to unleash arcane bolts, summon zombie balloons, and/or spray phoenix firestorms. And when he generates, he swaps his spells for a draining laser beam that siphons mana with every hit. Beneath him rumbles a brooding purple thundercloud, and at his side soars the Dark Lord Phoenix, its core radiating dark purple flames when active and fading to an ashen gray when generating mana. Visually, he's built on the Archmage's silhouette with tall robes, light purple accents on his cap, and yellow trim, but he holds onto an orb of swirling violet magic. When powered up to degree 20, his hat gets more crinkles to it, 2 more rings of gold trim, and his phoenix gets more light purple in its design. Degree 40 brings even more shades of purple to the phoenix, while the wizard's hat and cloud get darker. He gets a gold gem at the tip of his hat, and a different pattern of lightning swirls through his cloud, changing from lightning to particle effects. Degree 60 is more of the same, but the cool change is that the base of his cloud now has 3 rings rotating around it, like the rings of Saturn. And degree 80 adds 2 wings to the phoenix, makes his hat a deep purple, and moves the gold rings from the hat to now be revolving around it. Moving on, we have the Ascended Shadow. Born from the 3 tier 5 ninjas, this Oni Demon Spectre stands cloaked in a flowing black robe, brown sandals, a billowing scarf, and a woven casa hat spiked by 2 red horns. His whole body is crimson, and a devilish grin splits his jaws. Its single eye burns green, echoed by twin lime mist clouds swirling around the tower with a constant twister of cherry blossom petals. He has 3 attacks: throwing shurikens, flash bombs, and sticky bombs, all with different animations. And just like every Paragon, the Ascended Shadow levels up its flare with levels. Degree 20 makes bits of woven straw break away from its casa, unveiling a larger, blazing green eye. Degree 40 adds 2 more horns to the back of his hat. At degree 60, the top of his hat produces a flame, and his shurikens crackle with a green aura. And with degree 80, our Ninjagon gets a lime green necklace, and floating flash bomb talismans circle around him with the petals and clouds. Onto the support Paragons, we have the Master Builder. Made from our 3 tier 5 engineers, an operator monkey sits in a hulking mad-style mech. Its core is a yellow cube torso with a black stripe wrapping across the middle. It has 4 arms, 3 of which are nail guns, and the 4th is a large claw. A power pack sits on its back, topped by a fan array, and the whole thing sits on a 3-legged pedestal. Additionally, it has an ability that throws out powerful sentry turrets. The first is green, the second is red, and the third is blue. Unfortunately, these sentries don't change appearances with degrees, only the main tower does. At degree 20, he gets a blue power core in the front of his chest, and the bottom half of his claw turns orange. Degree 80 turns this claw into an adjustable wrench, his visor turns from blue to orange, and the top of his helmet turns gray. Degree 60 brings a few large changes. His shoulders become large rotating tires, his front nail gun turns a bright blue, and now his whole claw is orange. And at degree 80, his claw turns into the same bright blue, his visor becomes green, his helmet adds a ton of orange to the design, and a large yellow, black, and red handle gets added to his back. And finally, we have the Mega Massive Munitions Factory, or the Spactagon. It's a perma-spike leveled up with supermines, dipped in carpet of spikes colors. It sits on a reinforced base, ringed with 6 purple supply tubes and several lime and gray gears. A gray skull badge with lime accents and 4 screws crowns the front, while 6 razor blades circle the top dome. The lid closed off by 6 curved hatches, almost like a camera lens, until it places a mine where it'll open up, showing the lime green interior. Each mine has a skull outlined in neon green and its spikes shaded purple. And of course, it levels up with extra heavy machinery flare every 20 degrees. At degree 20, 2 exhaust vents sprout from the rear, the base gains a reinforced frame, and 2 more gears get added to the design. Degree 40 brings much taller blades to the party up top, the tubes turn gunmetal gray stripped in violet, and the skull screws glow lime. At degree 60, the Spectagon gets 2 more rear exhausts, the lid hatches swap to dark gray, tube stripes flip to red with horned fittings, and the gear and frame pattern shifts to lime and black, complete with black and lime gears in the center of the tower. And at degree 80, most of the spikes, stripes, and the skull blaze bright red. But that was how every Paragon changes with degrees.